All right, so we're going to take a look at the United States foreign policy after World War II, post World War II, and our prompt is about the extent to which the Cold War began as a result of mistrust between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. So, we're trying to figure out how much was the Cold War caused by mistrust. So, I looked at kind of three different ideas here. The first is the actual conflict of ideas between the Soviet Union and the United States. By this conflict of ideas, I'm talking about the ideas of capitalism and democracy versus communism. And after the end of the war, there was an international organization called the World Bank, which was supposed to help rebuild kind of things after World War II. And the Soviets refused to join it because they saw this as like a capitalist tool that was going to try and spread capitalism around the world. So the Soviet Union says, no, we're not going to do that. The second thing was the Marshall Plan. The Marshall Plan was money from the United States government that was offered to any European country, including the Soviet Union, to rebuild after the war. And now, whether or not they intended the Soviet Union to ever take any money, that's up for debate. But what ends up happening is the Western European countries that are democracies, like France and Britain, those kinds of countries, they take the money from the Marshall Plan and they rebuild. And part of the reason for the rebuild is to kind of insulate Western Europe from the influence of communism expanding into Western Europe. So this is a pretty big success, and it's all United States funded, and it really benefits those Western European democracies. Finally, at the end of the war, the Soviet Union had kind of troops in Poland and Germany. And so the big three, Russia, the Soviet Union, and the United States, they met at two different conferences, Yalta and Potsdam, and they were debating about what is going to be the future of Poland. Stalin would like a more communist-friendly government in Poland, and the United States and Britain, they want a more democratic-friendly government in Poland. And Germany is debated about whether or not Germany should be reunited. The Soviet Union is a little afraid of a powerful Germany because they tried to invade the Soviet Union during the war. The United States would kind of prefer, so the Soviet Union would prefer to keep Germany divided. The United States is unsure about that. They would rather have it united to have a buffer against the Soviet Union, actually. Okay. All right, so we'll stop here and we'll do our second part to this in just a moment.